Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. This is Smoke, our first positive podcast, right, Michael?
That's right.
the last one we talked and did a little intro, but now we actually have a guest. I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm excited.
Yeah, our guest, everybody. Welcome, Blaine Rohan.
Hi, everybody.
We are going to discuss some controversial things tonight. We're gonna go down some rabbit holes, if you will. And now I brought in the man that knows about this, and of course, this has always puzzled everybody about the Manson murders. Charles Manson himself. So, that's a negative thing, a negative thing on history. It just touched so many people, the horror of it, and so tonight we're going to talk about that. That sound good to you, gentlemen?
It does to me.
Sounds fine to me.
Awesome. All right, so what I want to do, Blaine, if you would, you introduce yourself to everybody and let them know who you are and where you're at, what you do.
All right, guys, I'm Blaine Rohan. I'm an empath medium, a paranormal investigator, a Reiki master, and I am a crime buff fanatic, true crime stuff. I did one of my college theses for my psychology class was on Charlie Manson. Was he a monster or a manipulator is what I wrote. And I got an A on the paper because I went into detail about his life from growing up, his times in prison, his times in juvie halls, all the way up till he was convicted of the Tate LaBianca murders. And I'll start a little bit with Charlie. Charles Miles Manson was born in Kentucky. I don't know if I can say this on your show, but his mama was a hoe. She sold herself for money. Can I say that? I don't know. I don't get nobody in trouble.
Hey, it's our podcast. Go ahead.
Okay. His mother, when he was 6 years old, sold him for a pitcher of beer to some dude at the bar. And his grandmother picked him up. She ended up being a hoe too. And she sold him for a 6-pack of beer. Like, good Lord. So he was in and out of juvies, minor stuff like shoplifting. And then what got him sent to big boy prison, he stole a car when he was like 16 years old. Well, that started his life in prison in the state of Kentucky and Indiana. Well, he had moved out to California in the late 50s and got caught again stealing cars. There's a pattern with him. Y'all see later.
He likes to ride.
He likes to thieve.
Oh, dude, he was a con artist. He was a thief. He was just a mess. And he wasn't that tall. He's only like 5'4".
Yep.
I mean,
short.
just a little video dude. And it amazed me how I know how he controlled his followers. He would get them on drug trips and act like he was taking drugs with them, but he would either take a smaller dose or no dose at all. And then he got inside these kids' heads because they were so impressionable. And the sad part about it is, like, they wouldn't like just runaway kids. They come from two family and 2-parent homes, upper middle class kids.
Yep.
Hell, Tex Watson, who was part of his crew, played football in high school in Texas, had a scholarship to play football at Texas, then turned into a drug-yielding hippie. A couple of the other ladies that were with him and his majority of his followers were women. He had a few men there, basically to protect everybody else, because Charlie couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. But he was so manipulative of how he did those people and how they conned, I don't know how many people out of weird stuff like food, drugs,
place to live.
Yeah, the Spawn Ranch, they just went out there. I was 82 years old, and the girls serviced him when they'd have a place to stay. Yep. I'll just say it that way.
I think everybody gets it. Yep.
He offered them up for a place to stay, keep them busy, so he didn't know what was going on there.
Oh yeah, exactly. He did not have a clue what was going on. He just thought there was a bunch of nice kids taking care of him. God, if he only knew what they were doing out there.
Exactly.
And I'll get into a little bit of why Charlie was so mad that he had his people commit murder. Well, let's start with the Tate house. It was originally owned by Terry Meltzer, who's the son of Doris Day. Okay. And he used to take Dennis Wilson drugs and ladies out there. Well, Dennis Wilson introduced him to Charlie and the girls. And they said, well, Charlie's a great singer. You got to come hear him sing. So Terry Meltzer went out to Spawn Ranch, and Charlie played him 4 songs, and he told him, he said, Charlie, you're okay, but you need a lot more practice. And it pissed Charlie off.
Yep.
He says, I'll get them back. So he knew the house. He didn't know Sharon Tate lived there, but he did know the house because he'd been there several times with Dennis Wilson. So Charlie showed up at the house one day when Sharon was taking photos by her pool. She was, I think at the time he showed up, she was like 7 months pregnant, but she was taking photos by the pool for a magazine cover. Well, he showed up and the photographer was like, who the hell are you? And he said, Terry and Dennis don't live here? He said, no, they moved out over a year ago. Well, that set Charlie off again. So that's why they chose that residency. Now, the La Bianca's was chosen. It was just a drive-by. It's like, this house
random
place, go here.
Yep.
But the Tate Mansion was, well, I'm sorry, I always want to call it the Tate Mansion because her goofy-ass husband, child molester, or whatever the hell he is, Roman Polanski,
yep. He was overseas, I think, at that time.
Yeah, he was filming in Romania at the time that she got killed.
Yep.
Well, Charlie showed up there with 4 or 5 other. I know Tex Watson was with him. Krenwinkel was with him. There were 2 or 3 other females that were with him. I know their names, but I can't think off the top of my head. But you can go look it up. It's common knowledge of what they did. And the first poor victim was Stephen Champion. He was at the guest house listening to records. He was just going home, go to bed. Well, they pulled up and Tex Watson shot him 4 times in the face. And I'm surprised nobody, I've been up there where that house was, it's no longer there. But I'm like, how the hell these people didn't hear 4 gunshots going off outside? Because you don't normally hear gunshots up in the Hollywood Hills, you know?
All right. So
they went in. I think the first one they got was Wojciech Verskowski. I'm sorry, I butchered that. And he came out, they tied him up. And then Jay Sebring came out, who was like Vidal Sassoon. He did hair,
the hairdresser,
Hollywood, big wigs. And Abigail Folger was the heir to the Folger's Coffee.
Yep.
And they stabbed him, they shot him, and he ran outside. And Tex Watson chased him down and shot him 3 more times. And I'm like, okay, this dude shot him with a 6-shot revolver, so he's having to reload. And Abigail Folger, I forget how many times they stabbed her, and she ran out in the yard, and Krenwinkel came up to her, and Abigail said, "I'm already dead," because she'd been stabbed so many times. She knew she was dying. And I think the worst one out of all of them was Sharon, because she was 8 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And she begged for them not to kill her or her baby. And I forget the lady's name. Well, she's not a lady, but the one that stabbed her says, "I don't care about you or your baby, bitch. You're going to die." And she proceeded to stab the living shit out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And this is, before I get to the LaBiancas, this is something weird that they did. They did these little missions they called creepy crawlies. They go into people's houses at night, eat their food, move stuff around in the house while people were sleeping. Matter of fact, the night that they went and did the LaBianca murder, there was 4 or 5 other ones that were doing creepy crawly missions, and that's how they would steal food. They would steal stuff that they could make quick money off of to buy more drugs with. And LaBianca's owned a grocery store, a chain of grocery stores in Southern California. And like I said, it was just a random house they picked. And I think they got the wife first, and they stabbed her. And Leo suddenly walked out because he heard noise. And then they grabbed him and they started stabbing him. I think they stabbed him 37 times.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
And their whole plan was to get this thing called Helter Skelter going, a Beatles song.
Yeah.
They wanted to start a race riot, and Charlie's thought was, they're not smart enough to rule themselves, so I will rule them. That was his kind of messed up thinking he had.
And they was writing pig on the wall with blood.
Oh, pig.
And other things. Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Lies.
I think that was Sharon Tate's blood, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Sharon Tate's blood. And the LaBiancas, when they found him, he still had a fork shoved in his stomach, where they stabbed him with a fork too. Like, good Lord.
They were crazy.
But Charlie will always tell you, "No, I never killed nobody." He's a liar. And I'll tell you why. There was a guy named Gary Hinman. He got willed an insurance policy of like $5,000, and Charlie wanted the money. And he told Charlie, he said, "I already spent it." He said, "Well, you're going to pay for this." And he took a samurai sword and cut his ear off. And then he stabbed him with a sword that eventually killed him. But, Charlie said, "I never killed nobody." "You're a live pet sack of shit." But so that wasn't Charlie's first, murder.
Now, wasn't when they did the LaBiancas, didn't he go in first and
he tied them up. We're not
and then
going to
told
hurt
everybody
you.
else, "Go in there and get them."
Yeah, well, he tied them up and said, "We're not going to hurt you."
Yep.
Right.
And then Tex Watson and Susan Krenwinkel and I forget, there was 2 others. One stayed in the car, and she's the one that ended up telling on all of them.
Right.
Well, the other 2 ladies had bragged in jail because they had got arrested for
another murder.
For Gary Hinman's murder.
Yeah.
Well, they started just flapping their lap, flapping their gums, and one of the ladies in the cell with her, she went and told the guard, says, "Hey, this lady just admitted to committing killing Sharon Tate and the LaBiancas." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And then they interrogated him. They were like, "Yeah, we did it. We killed them all." And how brainwashed Charlie had those followers. Charlie shaved his head, they shaved their head. He carved a swastika in his forehead, they carved a swastika. And if you go back and watch some of the trial footage, it's like they're in the little prison dresses, singing and dancing and laughing like, no, we just didn't kill 6, 7 people.
They said that the women were sending dresses to the ladies in jail with, it was LSD lined in the dresses.
Yeah, that is
so
very
they could
true.
get high in jail.
Oh, yeah. And the I forget the one lady that cooperated. They gave her immunity for her testimony because she never went into either house, but she was in the car.
And I think she left the commune right after that.
Yeah, she grabbed her child and left and ended up in Arizona. And because Charlie had all the kids away from the adults. The person that birthed that child wasn't the one that took care of those child. It was like different ones, but they wouldn't let them take care of their own children. That's how much control Charlie had over them.
Something I watched the other night, they were talking about taking young kids and killing them and burying them there at the Spawn Ranch.
Dude, that is very possible because
they said that it was somebody from there said that there was possibility of up to 35 murders that they actually had done.
Yes. And there's probably some others, like you said, 35 that they probably did.
Yeah, that's just what they know of.
They did when they were doing their creepy crawlies.
Right.
It's just nuts. I mean, the whole thing is like, Charlie, even at 83 years old, right before he died, was going to marry this young girl that was 23 that looked like one of his stable over there at the Spawn Ranch. Like, who the hell wants to marry a serial killer, man? But they do. They're weird. It's like they got groupies and shit that want to. It's like with Richard Ramirez. That dude was butt ass ugly, but he had women wanting him all over the place. I'm like,
they look good when they're high on LSD.
I guess so. Like, good Lord.
Another thing about what I was talking about with the babies, the thing I was watching, they were talking about the murders, 35 murders, and they were trying to go through with the cadaver dogs and try to find, but the land where that's at, they had like Indian population there at one time, and they was finding artifacts, and they're like, you can't dig this so far.
You can't dig this up.
So
That's right.
So with coming down the hillside, there's not exactly where it's at because the odor will go down the hillside with the rain. So they can't go up the hill and dig because they said there's like 3 foot of dirt from that time to now. So there's another 8 feet down to where a body would be, because that's where they said they buried them 8 foot deep. So they can't get no big equipment up there to take him to dig it out. Nobody will let them dig it no more. The owner won't let nobody dig there anymore. So there's nothing that you can't go out there and see if there's anything out there anyway.
Now I know for a fact that Charlie had killed a Black Panther leader because he screwed him on a drug deal.
Yep.
And he's buried out there.
I think that's the one they were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll never find him out there.
Yeah, I think that was the one that they were looking for.
They'll never find him out there.
No,
like you said, they can't dig it anyway.
No, no more.
Yep. I mean, it was a mess.
And so, Blaine, if you were to classify 1 to 10 as far as serial killers go, where would Charles Manson hit?
I would put Charlie, this is a weird rating, but I'm going to give him a 5 because Charlie didn't actually commit a lot of the murders. He did murder people, but I would put him, like below John Wayne Gacy and Richard Ramirez and Ted Bundy. I'd put him below them because they actually did the murders, all of them. Charlie only did a few.
He was a psychological murderer.
Oh, dude, big time. I mean, he was a manipulative, and he learned that in the prison system, how to manipulate people, how to mind control them. And they just thought he was the Messiah. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you people? He's a little sawed off little piece of crap. I'm surprised that a few other men just didn't mud stomp him, but no, they were under his control too.
Yeah, especially as big as Tex was, you think he would have done something.
Yeah, Tex was like 6'5". Like I said, he played football, had a scholarship to play football at Texas.
Didn't they have a couple falling outs though? I think they said
A couple of times
there
they
toward the
did,
end. Yeah, there toward the end.
but always Charlie reeled him back in. He would say, "Okay, I know you wanted this girl or this girl," and he'd give him the girls. So he'd smooth him back out. And then finally he was like, "You know what? Screw it. I'll just do what the man tells me to do." I'm like, dude.
Another thing I found out, one of the women were actually picked up in Alabama.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, one of the ladies, I forget which one it was, but they were picked up here in Alabama.
Well, you were probably hitchhiked all the way across the country and ended up in Bama.
Probably. You know, he was so manipulative as you were talking, and he had a way of bringing people around to hit the way he thought.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you know, throwing in LSD, and he experimented with so many drugs anyway.
Dude.
And you know, back in the 60s, all of these drugs that were thrown in were all mind-altering drugs.
Yes, they were.
Yep. And so he was able to use those drugs in order to get into the psyche of people. And you know, he was creating his own zombies. And you know, the things I've been reading, it's really hideous if you stop and think about it. How would you not be able to control yourself?
He basically, he would control them through his drugs, through his manipulation. And I'll give you this. He was a great speaker. He could talk. He could get his point across. And they would follow like just little lost puppies. Oh, look. What's Charlie saying today?
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
Yeah,
it's to me it's go ahead.
No. These drugs, these mind-altering drugs, of course, we have a lot of those today, and multiplied by 10. Okay, but administered the way Charles Manson administered them to his cronies, as I call them.
Yeah.
You know, they would do anything, everything, and did do anything and everything.
They would.
Yeah, he was the women that he manipulated physically, mentally, and spiritually, because the man, he would sit and talk about God, but in a lot of times referenced himself as God.
Right.
He actually called himself the Messiah.
Yes.
Like, really?
Well, some of his early instances and you know, of course, he traveled. He called himself a camper, or he called himself a traveler. Mm-hmm. And he had so many run-ins with police, and you know, in many of his interviews in prison and stuff, he talked about being brutalized by the police whenever they arrested him for just minor things, as in Michael was talking about stealing cars and things like that. They were shoving his face down into the ground and stuff like that. You take that from then, and the people that act generally the same way he did, and the instances with police now, there's no comparison.
No.
So Charles Manson got off easy. He really did.
Yeah.
And so this man, and of course when he got in with the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, wanted to kick into the music and things like that. What was the song that the Beach Boys actually
hold on,
I'm Alive or something?
I'm Alive, but they changed all the words that pissed Manson off even more.
Right, yeah, Not Alive. And they changed it to what was something Love, I think.
The name of the song was Cease to Exist. The original, that was Manson's name, and they changed it to Never Learn Not to Love. And
Yeah.
they added it to their album 2020,
Right.
and that pissed
And
him
they
off.
didn't pay Charlie a dime for it, which I thought was funny too. That made him madder.
The reason they did that is because when the Manson family was there at Wilson's house, they damaged thousands of dollars, lots of money, lots of damage. And he went on. He told them, "We're going on tour. We're going somewhere." And then while he was out and on the road, he told them, "Get all of them out of there. We don't want them there no more. Get them out of my house."
Yeah.
And I think that was the last time he stayed at that house. He went found him another house.
Yeah, he went and found another house, and Terry Melcher had already bought another house about 7 blocks away from where the Tate murders happened. So Terry was like, can you imagine though? It's like you go out there with all them crazy ass people and tell the most manipulative man in the world that his songs basically suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Need a little more practice there, buddy.
You need a lot more practice there, Charlie.
He made 300 bootleg albums. I think they said like 3 or 350. Some of them albums are going for like big money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and if you listen to him, it's like it sounds like cats getting water thrown on them. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
he just thought he was the greatest.
Yeah, he did too. I mean, he thought he was the next Elvis. He thought he was the next Beatles. He thought, he thought so high of himself that his ego was that big. And it makes me think that he probably had a Napoleon complex because of his size. I mean, us three could pick him up and probably chunk him about 30 feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Michael. Sorry, habits.
Charles Jackson, Big Ben.
Now Charlie might have come in there.
I think he did. He went. I mean,
Charlie went all over the place before he ended up in California. And his original plan, when he got out of prison, he wanted to go to San Diego. And then he ran into all the hippies in Haight-Ashbury and started like, hey, I can manipulate these people. They're easy. And he had an old Volkswagen bus, and which he stole from somebody else.
Yeah.
So I told you there was a pattern with him stealing cars, but yeah, he loaded it up, went down to L.A., picked up more girls. He'd pick up hitchhikers, and started his little cult with them. And
some as young as 13, I think it was.
What's that?
I said, I think some of them were as young as 13.
They were. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, the Tate murders wasn't the only ones that he committed even after the Tate murders. There was another murder that was what it was 1969, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's when they happened.
And that murder actually had the police so baffled whenever they were investigating it, because I think Charles actually went to prison before they started. That murder was actually investigated.
That would not surprise me, because Charlie had it out against everybody because he thought everybody was against him. So he was going to show the world, you don't mess with Charles Miles Manson.
Who was the one? Go ahead, Blaine. Go ahead.
No.
Who was the one that was arrested and in jail for murder? I can't remember what his name is now.
Gary Hinman.
He was the reason why all this really started. Well, part of the reason. Mm-hmm. They was trying to make it look like somebody else was doing these murders, like a
they were trying to blame it on black people.
Right. They were trying to take the blame off of him and try to put that blame on somebody else.
Exactly
so
what they
get him
did.
out of jail.
Yeah. Now Gary was a notorious character himself, so you're right. They tried to get him out and make it look like somebody else was committing the murders. Now, what's funny though is Gary Himmons his dumbass is still in jail. So,
I think that other guy was Donald Shorty Shea.
Donald Shorty Shea. He was a ranch hand out there at Spawn Ranch.
Yeah,
and he looked sideways at one of the girls one day, and it pissed Charlie off. So Charlie had him killed.
Yeah.
And it's pretty possible Charlie actually did the killing on Shorty. But it can't be proven, but that's what my gut tells me, that Charlie killed him.
Yeah.
And he's somewhere on that ranch.
He was beaten and stabbed to death.
Yeah.
By Bruce Davis and Clem.
And Clem, I forgot about Clem. That's another character.
Clem Grogan.
Yeah, you're right. Clem Vermin. Yep.
Yep. So,
should have called him Clem Varmint.
Right. So this Charles Manson is a character, man. He is a disease.
Oh, he is a disease.
And you know, some of his a judge, I think I seen an interview where a judge asked him, did he kill these people? And he says, I didn't kill anybody. And
nope.
The judge just kind of looked at him. But he says, no, I didn't kill anybody. They did.
They did. Yeah. Oh, Charlie always had a blame on somebody else. He wouldn't take responsibility for nothing he ever did.
Right.
And that's.
I think he once told I think it was a district attorney, I think it was, don't let me see you again.
Yeah.
I think he come up missing.
Yeah. It was the other prosecutor, besides Bugliosi. He was assisting him on the trial, and he ended up dead. And then his follower Squeaky Fromm shot at Gerald Ford.
Didn't he try to jump after the judge one time?
Oh, he went after the judge. They had to restrain him not once, but about 10 times. At one time, they had thought about putting him in a room with a camera and a microphone where he couldn't lash out. Right. And the judge had a button on his thing he could mute his microphone, because Charlie would just say this stupid, god-awful stuff.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how some broke-ass short guy had so much of an influence to have prosecutors and judges and stuff like that to disappear?
Yeah.
So how would you think that he could do that? All right. Well,
mind control.
Yep. Yeah, he had mind control. He'd tell them, okay, this judge is against me. This lawyer's against me. And he'd send 2 or 3 of them out there. They'd find him at his home or coming out of his office, and they kidnap him and they go kill him somewhere. So no telling how many bodies are scattered around the Southern Cal area.
Yep.
From orders of Charlie Manson.
Well, there was a group of ladies told in an interview that they felt that Charles Manson was possessed by the devil.
Dude, if he wasn't, well, Charlie's mind, he thought he could take over the devil, take over hell. That's what he thought.
Sure.
Yeah. He actually said one time that the devil is sitting in my throne.
Right. Yeah.
It's keeping the seat warm.
He's keeping my seat warm.
Yeah, so some of those cliches that they talk about, you know, I'm gonna go to hell because I'm gonna take over hell. Charles Manson actually believed that.
He believed it. Hell, I always joke all the time and says, I can't go to hell. I got a restraining order against me there because I'll take over the place, you know? But Charlie meant that shit. I said I'm joking, but Charlie, man, he thought he was going to come back and take over heaven and hell. That he was going to rule all the worlds, all the universes, heaven and hell, plus Earth and everybody else, everything else. I was like, where did this dude come up with some of this stuff he came up with?
He might be down there right now ruling that thing. Mind control.
Charles, you're right. He was cut up. They cut Shorty up. And there's probably a piece of him here, a piece of him there, a piece of him over there, over yonder.
Heck, they might even ate him. We never know.
You know, that's one thing that they hadn't been accused of is cannibalism. So
never know with them people.
Dude, you never knew. Because hell, Charlie would tell them, could have told him, hey, this guy's, we don't want him around. We're going to eat him.
Right.
That could have happened with Charlie, you know. He thought he was damn Jeffrey Dahmer eating, Leg of Joe or something,
Yeah.
Hey, what a way to get rid of him, right?
Dude, why not?
Secrets in the sauce.
Yeah, no doubt, huh? Yeah, that one needs a little bit more salt and pepper on it.
Yeah.
Charlie stood up with a newspaper headline of President Nixon saying that Charlie was guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
See, if California wouldn't have been a wussy state and converted their sentences to life, we would probably never heard of Charlie Manson again.
Nope. Yeah, I was just fixing to say that.
But everybody and their brother wanted to interview Manson. And if you ever watch some of his interviews he did, it's like, okay, this dude just batshit crazy.
Exactly.
He's like this weird little man. It almost like, I always call him a puppet on a string, because he's like he does his little marionette dance, and him hauls around this and him hauls around that. If I wanted you dead, you'd all be dead. Stuff like that. Who says that kind of stuff, man?
They were supposed to get the death penalty, and I think it was less than a year they changed it to life. They wouldn't give nobody a death penalty.
Yeah, and what they should have did, if they gave him life, they should have said life without parole.
Yeah.
Because I know Sharon Tate's sister has been to every parole hearing of any Manson member that's in jail for killing her sister. And she said she will keep going to the day she dies. I think only maybe 2 have been let out, because one of them had terminal cancer and the other one
was like 60-something years old, and they finally let her out. Yeah.
That she had terminal cancer, and the other one had starting signs of Alzheimer's. But Tex Watson's still in jail, and it's funny now he's a preacher in jail. But
yeah, I'll say that.
Really?
I don't think he could have got away from him and got his life maybe straight in jail.
Well, he originally, after he did the second murder, he went back to Texas. And his family has money. And they fought extradition for the longest time to get him back to California to stand trial. Because they knew he was going to get convicted.
It was like a year, wasn't it? Before
it was like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, his family hired the best lawyers in Texas and kept him from extradition to California. And finally, I think it had to go all the way to the Supreme Court, that the lawyers couldn't protect him no more, and they put him on a plane. Marshals went and got him, and they brought him out to California. He stood trial.
I think there was a couple that was picked up in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And like I said, that one lady was here in Alabama when they picked her up. That's over halfway across country. She only got way that far.
Like, I guarantee you they hitchhiked all the way across. They get a ride, certain spot, then they go camp out. Then they get a ride, go further.
Yeah.
And I guess you're going to do it, because that was back before police agencies cooperated with each other. So you left their jurisdiction, they didn't give a shit no more.
Yeah.
So you were the next jurisdiction's problem. And then the next one after that, and after that, and so on. So. But, yeah, I mean, we could talk hours on Charlie Manson and his family. stuff they did, and I still think the funniest story about Charlie, they had done a raid on Spawn Ranch, and they found Charlie in this little, like 2 by 3 foot thing under a sink. Can't remember what it's called. Cabinet. Thank you. And he was stuffed up in there like a sardine. And then when they dragged him out, it's like, hey, what are you guys doing here? Like, dude.
What are you doing in the cabinet?
Why are you hiding in the cabinet? It was funny there were caves on that property. They could have, because they always went to caves to do, to hear Charlie preach. I mean, they could have all hidden in them caves and they never found them. They
also had another compound across the desert. I forget what the name of that one was.
Let's see. There was Spawn Ranch, and there was oh God, what was that other one?
They had 2 or 3 of them.
They had 2 or 3 because that's what they did. They drifted.
Yeah. They'd go here for a couple months and come back.
Huh?
Yeah. They'd go here for a couple months and then they'd come back somewhere else.
Yeah.
To the other one for a couple months.
Yeah.
Try to keep away from the police and everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
I know the other one was in Topeka Canyon, but I can't remember the exact name of the place they were at.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
It's not coming to the top of my mind. And watch, as soon as we get off the air, be like, oh, it was it, so-and-so. It'll hit both of us, Mike.
And I forgot to write that one down.
Blaine, you were talking about earlier the lady that was at the trial that basically told on everybody. And Michael, you said that lady got her daughter and got the hell out of there, right?
Yeah. Yes. She was gone just after that, and then she went to the police and told them, about it. She was their star witness.
Yeah, she had to literally sneak out and steal one of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
And
was her name Leslie?
Leslie. No, Leslie Van Houten was one of the other murderers. Oh God, what was her name?
Okay.
Michael, look that up for me, brother.
I'm trying to see.
Because there's Kasabian, Tex Watson.
They had Leslie Van. I think it was Leslie Van Houten.
Leslie Van Houten was one of the murderers.
Okay.
Well, she was a lookout. She was a lookout person.
Yeah, she was a lookout
person.
She's the one that turned them, turned on them, because she didn't go in the house. She didn't have nothing to do with the murders.
No, it wasn't Leslie Van Houten, because she's the one that stabbed Sharon Tate. Oh, what was her name? It was Tex Watson, Krenwinkel. Oh God, I know her name too.
Now, she was present whenever Sharon Tate was killed.
Now, the one that stayed in the car as the lookout. Oh God, what was her name?
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Thank you. I love Google. The old days, we'd be pulling out the Encyclopedia Britannica, going flip, 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 flip.
Linda Kasabian.
Linda Kasabian. Yes, she was the one that cooperated. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I think she lives in Ohio.
No, she died in 2023.
She died? I know she was in Ohio for a while.
She died January 21st, 2023.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since I've talked about it, so I didn't know she passed. But she did.
She was present at both Tate and LeBlanc murders, but did not kill. She was a lookout and later key prosecution witness.
Yeah, she thought they were just doing a creepy crawly mission. She liked doing those, so they were fun. Sneaking into somebody's house while they're asleep. I wish they'd have come in my house. They'd have died of lead poisoning. Then my wife would have griped at them for messing up her floor.
Man, there was so many people that was that was involved in all this, even people that wasn't even present during those murders.
Right.
And it was just so crazy.
She was given immunity for her testimony.
Yeah, she was. I think at one time his largest group he had, I think there was 56 members, but some of them left. Some of them didn't want to be there no more. That wasn't their thing.
They also had a motorcycle gang with them there at the Swan
the
Ranch.
Hells Angels, actually.
No, it was the Straighten Satans.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, they're
Straight
the
Satans. Yeah, it was the Straight Satans that hung out there with them until they found out about all these murders and they got out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm. That took some of the women with them.
Yeah.
Stole them on the back of their hogs and Katie Barnado, we out of here.
I wouldn't be surprised some of them didn't help out with some of it.
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like I said, Charlie was so manipulative with just general people. Oh, he had the motorcycle gang just, fuel them with drugs, fuel them with girls.
Alcohol.
But it was funny, they would bring Charlie drugs too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blaine.
Yeah.
This year's con. You know what the date is?
August 8th and 9th, right?
Right.
Yes. What date is that?
What date is that?
Oh, that's the day the LaBianca and Tate murders happened.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I realized that the other night.
Dude, you're right, because the Tates was on
the 8th and 9th.
The 8th and the 9th of LaBianca's.
Yeah, and they were on the 9th and 10th that they found them.
I never even put that together till you said that, Stan.
I didn't either until the other night. I told Stan about it.
It's like you didn't schedule those dates because of Manson, but it just happens to fall on the same days. It's pretty damn cool.
I think that's the reason Michael wanted to talk about Manson. He's the one that told me about that, and I'm like,
that's amazing. Though, that's like,
I was literally looking on YouTube and just watching videos, and one day, it was like the night before Manson come across, and I was like, well, that'd be a good little subject to talk about. I said, I'll talk to Stan about it next time I talk to him. And it's like the next night, he's like, well, what do you want to talk about? Well, Manson sounds like a good subject. A lot of people will talk about Manson. That'd be something everybody would be interested in.
You know what's funny? I actually had 12,000 pages of the Manson trial on my old computer. When it crashed, I lost all of it. It's like, God, can you read through some of that stuff? And it's like, holy crap, these people were nuts. And I got to say, Vincent Bugliosi had the best case that they couldn't deny it. No judge is going to overturn it. He had his stuff down.
Yeah.
But Charlie will tell you that Bugliosi made that all up. No, he didn't. He just gave them facts.
They even had people outside in the trial outside of it. Some of his people. He didn't do it. Holding signs.
Holding signs up. Free Charlie. Free the girls.
It's all a conspiracy.
Charlie, there's no telling with Charlie. Hell, he could have stolen a record and got it up the damn hill. Who knows with Charlie?
He probably stole a crane.
Yeah, he could have stole a crane and got it up there.
Hell, he had enough people, he could have had them just push it up there.
That's true, too. I mean, you got 40, 50 people, they could push a bus. Oh, that's pretty cool, Charles. I got fascinated with it watching the news with my dad on the trial because they show a little bit every night on the news. And I remember my dad saying, how'd that little man kill all them people?
I remember growing up.
Yeah, mind control. Like Michael said, mind control.
Mind control.
I remember when I was growing up seeing him on like 2020.
Yeah.
They were doing interviews, and I'm like, I don't know who this dude is. I was a little kid at that time. And when I got older, I started watching some stuff on him. Like, this man's nuts. He's more nuts than you would think.
Dude, that nuts and manipulative, if I can get my damn words come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
very much mind control with drugs and sex. Um, it just amazes me that people's psyche is that low that they'll follow. But you see a lot of them follow stupid cult leaders all the time.
The stuff you see in those interviews, you're like, how does this guy come up with this crap?
Mm-hmm.
It's just mumbo jumbo stuff, and you're like, what language is this dude even speaking?
I'll tell you what, dude. My ex-wife, her uncle worked at Corcoran Prison where Charlie was at. And he let me go to work with him one day. I sat there and watched Charlie for 8 hours. He'd sit there and stare at the camera. He'd look down, he'd pick his guitar up, he'd sing for a little bit. Then he'd start speaking in his own language. You know, like he was speaking in tongues. I'm like sitting there fascinated, like, good God, this dude's a freaking idiot. But yeah, that was something I can always say, that I got to sit there and watch Charlie Manson for 8 hours in the Corcoran prison. I know.
I've never watched that movie yet.
Well, you know what's funny? I was stationed out in California, and me and my buddies were sitting in the day room when I was still in the Air Force, and we watched Helter Skelter. And I looked at my buddy and said, dude, we're only 60 miles away from Cielo Drive. So we went old school, man. 1985, I'll never forget. We had a Polaroid camera. Air Force issues you these flashlights. Marine Corps might have two that had cones on. We used to call them Lackland lasers. And we had a cassette recorder. We drive up there, and they'd already torn the house down. And the guy that owns it now, is a guy named David, and his dad they bought both properties right next door to each other. And they put a house right in the middle of it. We knew better than to go on the actual property. It's in a little small cul-de-sac. Well, actually, it's actually a bigger cul-de-sac.
It's right on the side of a mountain, isn't it?
It's right, dude. It's up there in the hills. Yeah. It's in the Hollywood Hills. That's like rich people lived up there. That's all you saw. You didn't see, junky ass cars sitting in the yard and trash everywhere. No, these were well-maintained houses with gardeners and butlers and maids and all that stuff. Well, we were sitting up there, and LA County Sheriff came up there and says, what the hell are you boys doing? Dude, this is before we had a word for ghost hunting. We were like, we're trying to catch a ghost. He said, I get off in 5 minutes. Y'all come. Can I come back? I'm like, hell yeah, you can come back. You can come back. I don't get arrested for trespassing. Come on. And he came back 5 minutes later. And the 3 EVPs, the first 3 I ever called on that cassette recorder, God, I wish I still had that tape. It got lost and moves from the military and stuff. But first one I caught was Jay Sebring. I heard a male's voice, and I said, what do you do for a living? And I cut hair. Plus, people know he was a celebrity hairstylist.
Yeah, he was very famous.
I got Abigail Folger come through. Next, I said, what do you do? And all she said was coffee. And it made perfect sense. I said, oh, hi, Miss Abigail. How are you? I'm dead.
How do you think I'm doing?
But I got Sharon Tate to come through. And this was like chilling for me because I'd never heard nothing like this. She said, they killed me. They killed my baby. And that's all she would say. That's the only thing she said. And I couldn't get the other 2 people that were in the house that were murdered, Stephen Champion, or I'm going to butcher this name, Wojciech Forosky, or whatever his name was. I didn't get them to come through. And we ended up having to go back on base because we had to work Saturday morning. We left there probably about midnight and had to be at work at 5. So it's our home. So we had like 2 hours sleep, went to work the next day. But yeah, that's my story with the Charlie Mansons. And I have been up to with the Spawn Ranches. They won't let you on it anymore.
All right. It burnt down in 70, I think it was 70 something.
Yeah. We went to where it was, but they got the gates locked up now, and you can't go on there.
September 26, 1970, it burnt down from wildfire.
Yeah.
Too bad that Charlie couldn't have been there when then he'd have got to take over hell like he wanted.
Yep, man. He'd been burning in hell the hard way.
Yeah, no doubt. I guess he'd have took over Satan's throne because he's coming down on fire. So, like your show's called, you come down and smoke.
He's up in the smoke. Yeah.
Smoking the hard way.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
it's some long pig.
So, the lady that killed Sharon Tate, do you think that some of her actions while she was killing Sharon Tate, do you think a bit of jealousy was in there because Sharon Tate was pregnant?
There very well could be, because I know Krenwinkel's the one that killed her, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And she had like 7 miscarriages.
Right.
And 7 different baby daddies too. So she probably would have never known, if she did have a baby, who the daddy was anyway.
Right. They didn't have a Maury back then.
No doubt.
You be that baby peppy.
Jealous, and she was also high as hell. But that kind of evil, to me, I'm sorry, that's evil. Even if you're drug induced, that's damn evil. That you'd stab somebody that has about 8 months pregnant. She even begged them to cut the baby out of her, just where her baby could live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nope.
I'm surprised they didn't do that and then kill the baby also that way afterwards.
No, it was too convenient for them to do it. They wanted to make sure.
They want to make it look like somebody else did it.
Yeah. They want to make it look so brutal. You're right, though. If they would have took the baby out and killed the baby separately, that'd have been way more brutal.
Yeah.
But it was brutal enough, but damn.
Right.
Cut the baby out, then stab the baby after cut it out.
They were trying to make it look like the Black Panthers did it.
Dude, exactly what they did. They told them on the way back to hitchhike back. The first night with Sharon Tate, they drove there. Charlie was in the car, and Charlie turned around and hitchhiked back to the Spawn Ranch. And the next night, Charlie took the car. He went in there and tied them up and kill them all, and dropped some of their valuable belongings in the black side of town in the bathrooms.
Right.
Like
yes, Charles was asking if Sharon Tate had a rope around her neck, and that they did find her with a rope around her neck.
She did. She was choked, stabbed, beaten. Now Jay had a rope around him at first, but he broke free of it. That's how he got outside.
Right.
But they picked the rope up, the same one he choked Jay with, and went back and choked out Sharon Tate with it.
Yep. She was a pretty woman.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew what she looked like,
Yeah. Well, if you
that
go
was
back
before
and
my
watch
time.
The old Beverly Hillbillies episode, she was on Beverly Hillbillies as a secretary with a brown wig. A lot of people didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah. I remember watching that episode.
Yeah. And I think she did 3 or 4 episodes on the Beverly Hillbillies.
She did movies also too, didn't she?
She did Valley of the Dolls. Almost thinking she did the movie Giant, but I could be wrong on that one. And she was scheduled after her baby was born to do several other movies. She'd been contracted to do several other movies as a leading role type.
Right.
I mean, what a waste of 26 years old, beautiful woman, and just taken because of Charlie's stupidity and jealousy
and hate for Black Panthers.
Oh, he hated blacks and Hispanics really bad.
I thought he was going to rule them.
He thought he was going to rule them. I think that's funny. Can you imagine that little short, sawed-off piece of crap sitting on the throne thinking he's ruling people? They would have beat him to death. That's just nuts.
What you thinking about there, boss man?
I'm looking up something, and
he was. You can see he was.
He had that concentration on him. He was like,
"Yeah,
I'm gonna find this damn thing. He's gonna get found."
He was on a mission.
Yeah, he was on a mission. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was trying to find a picture that I could share. I mean, I've got a picture of the actual house, and you know, I was going to add some pictures of the actual murder, things of that nature. I had somebody want to send me some and that type of thing. I really didn't want to do that for this episode. You know, it's pretty brutal.
It is brutal. And if you buy the original book, Helter Skelter, it's not, their face is not covered up. It shows you them dead.
Yes.
And then later editions, they put the block over their eyes. I'm like, okay, what the hell's that going to do? You can still tell who it is, but they did. Yeah, I keep looking every time I go to an antique store or thrift shop and see if I can find the original copy of Helter Skelter by Vincent Bugliosi. And
did you guys see that?
What was that?
Hang on.
And they also look for Manson album in there. They say his original album had a yellow circle on it. The inside part of the record,
okay,
yellow.
Where the label is?
Yes, the label on the inside on top of the record is yellow. That's his original bootlegs. Those are the ones that are worth some money.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't mind finding a copy of a couple of them just to hear.
They have them on.
Huh?
They have them on eBay.
Oh, I bet they're high.
Yeah, there's some on them pretty high, thousands of dollars.
They can keep them.
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody will put them on the internet. We can just listen to them for free. You know.
They probably are already.
They're
Dude,
there.
I'll have to look that up tomorrow while I'm just sitting around the house. And if I find some, I'll send them to YouTube.
That'll work. It does not seem like we've been on an hour already.
Holy crap. It has.
Seemed like we just started talking.
Quick.
That's why we said it's going to be more than one show.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be.
When y'all want me back, and we'll finish the story, because we could talk for another hour just on this stuff. And maybe have some good photos of.
Yeah.
You have to definitely have your little disclaimer down there. It's like, if you're wheezy or can't handle real life, turn away. You know.
We'll set this up, and I'll get some of those photos that.
Yeah. And I'll be looking for some of his original music, and I'll send that to you too. We can play a couple of his songs on the show too, if I can find some of them.
We'll make it a 2-hour special.
Okay.
And if you guys are up for that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I thought we just started already. It's already an hour.
So also, I've got another one, and Blaine, I'll probably reach out to you on that one as well.
Okay.
And it's also a murder mystery type thing. But you know a lot about the Amityville murders, right?
I do. I actually know the son, the youngest son that lived in the house after the Fayos.
Yeah.
And he's a little fighty, but I'll tell you some stories. He told me about the house, and how his dad knew that he was going to manipulate things to get out of the house because they wanted to move to California. He wanted to be in movies.
Yes.
Thanks,
that was George.
George
Lutz. Yeah.
George Lutz. And this is funny. The Michael Lutz is not a Lutz. He'll tell you he was Italian.
Was it
not German.
Puritano?
Yeah. Have you talked to him before?
Just the other week.
Oh, right on.
I got his phone number. We were talking, but that's one of the shows that I'm putting together. I've been wanting to do this, and it's actual the DeFeo murders is where I'm starting at, and then we're going to go into the actual events that occurred after the DeFeo family, and so
and I'll tell you something that Michael told me what he found in his rooms. But I'll wait till we get on the show to tell him.
Yeah. Wait for that.
Yeah, I'll just give you a little teaser on it. But yeah, there's something that was found in the closet.
Yeah, in a hidden passageway.
In a hidden passageway. So you already know what it is too. So
I do. We had a podcast before that we discussed this.
Right on.
Everybody's gonna have to wait just like me to find out.
Absolutely, I guarantee.
Well, just ask him off camera, then you'll know.
See, it'll be a good surprise for me too.
Oh, yeah, you'll be surprised. You're like, what the frig?
Yeah, and all the things that were brought on to the Lutz family. We'll stay on the Lutz family. All the dark forces were brought in. Well, we'll cover that on the show when we do that.
And I got a story I can tell about it too that Johnny told me. So,
well, I'm still working on putting that together. I'm gathering information, doing research, things like that. Talking to a few people that were directly related. A couple people that were in the bar the night that Ronald went into the bar and said that he found his family dead. Things like that. So that's a coming show.
Yeah, and we'll tell you what he did after the murders when he went to the bar too. So
yeah, so it's one of those things. And but tonight, we've just broken the crust a little bit, and it when you break it down, you not only have the Manson monster, as I call him, but then you have all the little demons underneath him. And, so we could literally do a show on each one of the victims. And I'm not talking about the victims, Sharon Tate or any of those. I'm talking about the victims of the Manson monster.
Oh, yeah.
And so, that's the way we're going to break it down. And, so people need to watch out, come back, listen, and because this is going to be an ongoing thing. We can never just do this in one show.
No.
Not even come close.
And if anybody knows something about it, put it in the chat and let us know.
Yeah, well, anything else you guys know, put it out there, man, because I love new knowledge anyway. I know Stan does, and so does Michael.
Yeah, and if anybody that's out there that wants to come on for a brief interview and tell your story, whatever it is you know about any of the murders, Manson, the monster, anything like that, we can do that. I'll send you a link. I'll put you on the stage and you can talk. You don't even have to show your face.
And it don't have to be just this show.
Any show.
Any show. If you got any information about what we're talking about, just put it in the comments and or let us know ahead of time, and we'll get with you. And like you said, bring you up here in one of these windows, and you can tell your story and let us know what you know about it.
You can send, of course, you can go to Facebook Messenger, myself, Stan Fikes, Michael, Culp, and Blaine is going to be a frequent flyer on here. Trust me, he's going to be on here a lot.
He's one of the family.
That's right.
That's right.
If you guys have a suggestion on something you want us to research and have a show on, send us a message. Send me a message, and we will get it done. And
Might take us a week or two, but we'll get it. We'll get to it.
Absolutely. But with that said, I want to say Deep South Bear Comic Con, August 8th and 9th, Enterprise Civic Center. The fabulous Blaine Rohan is one of our distinguished guests.
The same date as the Manson murders.
Same date as the Manson murders. You can't miss it. So, but we are moving to a new place. It is just awesome over there, and that building is just so much nicer than where we were previously.
Nice.
It's a little bit smaller, but
a lot more foot traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic there.
And that's what I'm hoping for you guys. I hope it gets packed both days.
Well, last year we did really well. It was busy. This year, I think we're, going to double things up.
Yeah.
Enterprise does a lot of stuff in Enterprise with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, and
all their stuff always busy.
And this Civic Center is right on the road to Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Between Enterprise and Troy, and there's a lot of traffic. And then right at the other end of it, you got a college. So we want everybody to come out, and we're going to have guests like Robert Mukes. He was in Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, among other things. We are going, I already said, Blaine Rohan. We got Letriana Terry Brown that's coming back. Matt Brown. Gwen Johns is coming back.
Michael and Destiny Fox.
Michael and Destiny Fox.
It's going to be a great lineup, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Richard and Colleen Johnson.
Oh,
they're coming back. They're a part of the family.
It's just going to be a family reunion for all of us. So.
Oh, yeah. The rock and roll ghost hunter is coming.
Keith Age. Love Keith. Good friend of mine.
Great fellow.
I talk to Keith probably, if we don't talk on the phone, it's by text message 2 or 3 times a week. And, and there's other people that's going to be coming that I'm talking to. And, we got to get all the contracts signed and the particulars and things of that nature. We were hoping that James Stokes is coming, but he had other things. He has to work.
Right.
That work.
More important stuff.
That's right. So, but he's going to be making a movie that everybody can go and see.
Right on.
And that's just cool. And
if you ain't seen any of his movies, go see his movies.
That's right.
James is awesome, man.
Great guy.
Yeah. And
last year, we've had him on our shows 4 or 5. He's been on our network 4 or 5 times too. So
right.
He's very good. His wife Sammy is awesome.
Yeah.
And it was just her birthday.
It was her birthday. You're right. Yep. She's a sweetie. She always likes it when we share his stuff out. So I know you guys do too. So
yeah.
Now, one thing that we're having Big Ben Bracken.
Big Ben.
Alabama Ghostbusters.
Him and Sour Patch. They're coming, and they got some new people that's going to be coming. I don't have their names right now, but they're coming.
And y'all go see their podcast. Was it Thursday night?
It is. Pop.
And they have a great guest that you will really enjoy. Mr. William Perry is supposed to be.
That's right. That's
on their podcast tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Pop Culture Chaos.
Right on.
Ben and Sour Patch. And
Mr. William Perry is another great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he's on another friend of our show right now. He's on the Mini Vinny show right now. We just did the Mini Vinny show.
Yeah, Teresa was on the Mini Vinny show.
I know. So was I.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Last week.
And was it last week?
She came on right before I did.
I was so busy. Anyway, I had 4 or 5 people I was talking to about the con, potential guests, promoters and things of that nature. And And then I had a podcast to produce, and Teresa looked at me and said, "Nope, I can't be. I've got to do this and that and this and that." So, but I heard it was a great show, and
they're really funny. And I will say this: that me, Lee, and Gwen and Matt will have some new merch.
Oh, cool.
To your con, we're going to do. Let's see. I've got our powwow is May 2nd. For South Carolina, Cherokee tribe.
Love to go to that.
Oh, dude! I look.
I've never been to one, but I always wanted to go.
Look, this is what I got to hold my hair up. This feather. I bought me some moccasins. I got me some shoes. I got me some pants, and I've got 2 ribbon shirts coming to me. So I'm excited about going. Then after that, we're going to Gettysburg Bash, which is to fund veteran charities. It's like, I think you're calling it Christmas in July.
Yeah, Christmas in July.
And then right after that, we're turning around and going to New Orleans, Paracon. And then we're turning around the next week and going to Stan's, y'all's Paracon.
Yeah. And
then in October, we go to MassCon. So that's the 4 I'm booked at so far.
That's a hard road there, brother.
Dude, yeah. Well, let's see. I'm probably going to fly to Mass, but I'm driving up to Lee and Matt's, and we're all going to drive up to Gettysburg together. It's only 9 hours from where they live, and we're going to split the driving, so it won't be so bad on one person.
That's a good idea.
And we'll do the same coming back. Then Lee and them, I'll come back to Alabama. 6 days later, I'll be down in New Orleans for the New Orleans Paracon.
Now you got to make sure you're not too tired to come when you come into ours this time now.
Dude, I'm going to be jumping off the walls. Y'all don't know how bad I missed not being there last year.
Yep.
Well, something that we're going to start giving away, free tickets. All right. Probably May next week, give away a few, but definitely in 2 weeks. So people that tune in, somebody's gonna get some free tickets.
I say we take and give like a keyword or something, like not this week, maybe next week, and then the next week after that, you tell us what that keyword is, and we'll randomly pick through and pick somebody for the free tickets. I think that'd be a good way to do it. That way they got to come back the next week.
Yeah.
Keep them coming back the next week.
I know Stan's going to have us give away some tickets on our network too.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and,
we're good. Teresa and I were talking about it. Yeah, Teresa and I were talking about it yesterday, and we're going to send Gwen, Lee, and you some their codes, and the you guys can give away some free tickets and things like that. And now, if anybody's looking to be a vendor,
a sponsor,
we're gonna have sponsor. If somebody wants to come and get in the cosplay, we're gonna have a cosplay contest again, cash prizes, merch prizes, things of that nature. We're gonna have giveaways. It's and let's not forget Jatin Patel, the Redneck Raja.
Yeah. You missed out on Jatin.
Yeah, he was there.
He's a nut.
He is. Yeah, nut is the soft word for it.
Right.
Okay?
That's funny because I have a buddy that lives in Wisconsin. He lives on the reservation. He calls himself Resneck.
Mm. Well, this guy here, he's Indian.
Yeah.
Of course, but he'll tell you. He says, I want to be an Indian, the one with the feather, not the dot.
Yeah. Oh my God. He wants to. He wants to be a push start.
And Blaine, he's got a necklace with a big old head of a rattlesnake on it.
Oh my God.
That he wears everywhere he goes.
Holy
he has wiregrass wildlife removal. And he deals
falconer.
with all the falconer. And
matter of fact, tomorrow or the next day, him and my buddy are supposed to be going out and trying to get a couple, 1 or 2 hawks.
Yeah.
So he'll have a new hawk when it comes to the con. Yeah, I've seen that today.
Beautiful animals.
Now, something else we're doing. It's coming in November 8th and 9th.
Before you
I'm
mention
sorry.
that,
I'm sorry. That's the wrong dates. We're doing 3 days this year,
and
but it is the Medieval Fae Fest.
before you mention that, didn't you say that we're also having sword fighters at the con?
We are. We are.
Hey.
It's a live D&D battle out on the outside. There's live sword fighting, and people can go, and those same people are going to be at the Medieval Fae Fest as well, doing live sword fighting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it down there for this year.
And they enjoy beating the snot out of each other with them things.
Yes.
Hey,
yes,
we'll sit there and enjoy them whooping each other's butts. Hell,
yeah.
Now
they might get whooped some whoop away.
Blaine, the Medieval Fae Fest this past year, we had severe weather, severe thunderstorms. There was people standing in line as far as you could see. The pouring rain. They were dressed in all their costumes as fairies and things of that nature. Knights, Templars, all sorts. And speaking of that, I'm working on a show for that as well. Knights Templar.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's one of my favorite things.
Me too.
Wrong way. Nice Templar.
But we got so much stuff, man, that's going on. We're going to do a show on the Vatican.
I've got get deep into that.
Yes.
I've got a special guest coming, Bishop Joshua Sparks, and he is actually doing another show on the network, and explaining the unexplainable. That's Tuesday nights, but he is also an exorcist. He is part of American exorcist program that they got going, along with Ronald Enright, Bishop Ronald Enright. Beautiful, beautiful people.
Right
and
on.
we'll have Mr. Enright on the show as well. And I've been sitting here long enough. I got a cramp.
But I'm like, my back's like cramping. I'm getting them muscle spasms. Lovely.
Yeah. So, but we got so much to we could sit here for an hour and announce stuff.
Yeah.
Salem witch trials. That's another one we're thinking about.
I know that me and Lee and Gwen have you and Teresa on this month too. So.
Yeah, I think so. If I can pull it off, let's see. I think y'all have Debbie from Spooky
We have
Corner.
Debbie next Tuesday. I think I'll have to send you the schedule, what days you got on. I know you guys are on like a Monday.
Okay.
But what we could do is, since we both use StreamYard, we could simulcast. It ain't hard to do.
Right. It's I have The Darker Side of the Moon on Monday, every other Monday, and then I have Everything Under the Moon the other Monday. So we'll work it out though.
Yeah, I think Gwen's worked it out with Teresa. So
even if I can't be on there, Teresa can.
Yeah, so we'll work it out. We always do.
Yeah. Well, I think the last show I was on was Lynn Dorman's show.
Lynn, yeah.
Yeah, I like Lynn. He's a pretty good cat.
Yeah, I'm on his show next Wednesday.
That was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah, I watched it. Remember, I commented to you.
That's right.
I missed the actual live show, but I sat up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching that thing, sitting in the bed waiting to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. Damn it.
Yeah.
Now, something that we're going to be doing with this podcast is we're going to be doing some on location stuff too. And we're going to go to some controversial places and things like that. And it's so I've got Michael and I've got a big plan for this podcast. It's, we want to do something so different, and we're working our way towards it, and
right
some
on.
of these topics, and the Manson murders was one of my things also I enjoyed, if you could enjoy something like that. I enjoy reading about it, because it's just so fascinating.
It is fascinating. It's like your mind tries to wrap around. It's like, how?
Yeah.
Why?
How can somebody be so evil?
I can't read about it. I can't read about it because my mind, I'll be trying to read, and it's like, oh, look, there's a squirrel.
Yeah.
I gotta watch videos so I can keep my mind on it,
Yeah.
Watch movies about it or videos about it, and I don't just watch like one or two. I've watched like 20 or 30 videos just on Manson. In the past week.
Dude, I probably watched so much stuff on the Manson family, on every documentary that's ever been put out there, news footage of the trial.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that just keeps giving.
Well, we're probably going to have some video of that on our next show.
Right on.
And I've got to get with the schedule and see where we can put it in there. But
just let me know, dude, because I don't do a show on Wednesday, so.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's convenient.
Except for that, like next week, I'll be on Lynn's show, but most of the time I'm free Wednesday nights. So.
Okay. All right. Well, Michael, is there anything you want to say to all our beautiful people out there?
Just come back next week and see what we got planned for next week. And if it ain't the rest of this show, it'll be another good show until we get to this other part of this show.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to keep your minds going.
Absolutely. Now, Blaine, can you tell everybody where you're going to be, what you're going to do, and
let's see.
Your podcasts, and how to get a hold of you?
You can find me on Facebook under Blaine Rohan. I'm the only one on Facebook. We also have a network at the bottom. It says All Access Network. That's owned by Letriana Brown and her husband, Matt. I was lucky enough to be one of the founding shows on this network. We have now 19 active shows, and we've got like 4 more being added soon. We're on Monday through Friday because Gwen decided she wanted Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off because she produces all of our shows.
Yeah.
And she does a great job of it. Let's see what else I'm going to say. Let's see, I'll be at the Southern Cherokee Iroquois Powwow May 2nd at Haygood Mill in South Carolina. Let's see, middle of July, we're going to going to Gettysburg for that con. Turn around, going the week later down to New Orleans con. And they have some great rates for New Orleans con. You can get 2 nights down there for $300, and that includes you getting into the con, which is not a bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to advertise them for them, but I'm looking forward to New Orleans because we get to go investigate in the quarter and the hotels in French Quarters on Canal and Bourbon Street. Nice hotel, got a pool, and it'll be nice and hot, so you guys can go dip in the pool for a little while and go downtown and get some good stuff good to eat down there in Bourbon Street. And after that, we turn around, we're coming to your con a week later, August 8th and 9th.
Yep.
And then October 4th and 5th, we'll be at the MassCon up in Massachusetts. So that's where I'll be this year. That's the ones I could go to. I'm probably going to end up more next year, going to a lot more. But yeah, that's where I'll be this year.
We'll be glad you're back this year.
Dude, I can't wait. Because we got to go to the steakhouse.
They are selling that steakhouse. You talking about D&D?
Don't tell me that.
They are selling it. They are still open. I live right down the road from them. Oh. They are still open. They are trying to sell it. They don't want to lose it, but they want to sell it to somebody that's going to keep it going.
I think his name is Nicole,
Mexican restaurant. So
what was that?
I said our luck will turn it into another Mexican restaurant, the 500 they got around the state of Alabama.
No, they're trying to keep it the D&D Steakhouse. They're trying to sell it to somebody to keep it.
Know if it changes to something besides that steakhouse, because that's our Saturday night treat, going there for dinner.
I told Richard about it. He said, "Oh no."
Yeah, I think that lady Nicole is trying to get in on there, and that it's still going to be basically the same atmosphere.
Yeah.
The money will go to somebody else.
Right.
As long as they have the same good steaks, I'm happy.
It's going to be turnkey. They're trying to sell a turnkey to somebody that wants to take it over and keep it going.
Absolutely.
Well, let us know if it changes, because we'd already planned our Saturday night dinner, and I might have my wife coming down this year with us for Saturday.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I told her how much fun it is. I said, look, you can come home after we go to go eat a steak. You can get back in the car, go straight up 231 back to Wetumpka.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour and a half back.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
No.
And knowing her, it'll probably take her an hour, because she got that lead foot on her.
I'll be headed that way next month.
Up here to Monkey Town?
I'll be headed past Monkey Town through Wetumpka and headed to Talladega.
You're going right past my house then.
Yep.
I live off of Highway 9. Well, actually, I live a mile off of 231, so.
Right.
Cool.
Yep, so just honk when you go by, well, you're just going straight up 231. Just honk when you hit 231 and 9.
I'll go up 231 and I'll go around where the toll bridge is, over by the casino.
Oh, you're going to the...
Then I come out on the backside of Wetumpka.
So you're going to pay the toll?
Yeah, ain't that much.
Dude, they went up. They're like $2 now.
There still be some traffic. Traffic.
Well, they started out at 75 cents.
Yeah. Be some traffic, though.
You just going to drive through and let them get your tag number and send you a bill?
No,
they'll make sure
you got to stop there.
They make you stop. Believe me, they'll put that rail down.
Yeah, you got to stop there.
You're gonna give them $2.
Yeah.
My son went to Colorado, and he told me, he says, I still got toll bills coming in.
Yeah.
And he said he went through 7 or 8 of them, and said he spent a whole $25 in tolls all the way there and back.
No.
So.
I can't see paying for a toll road when they have your taxpayer money paid for roads.
Yeah.
We went to New Jersey one year, and we went through the tolls where you had to pay it then, we give them the money.
Oh, yeah.
And about 2 or 3 years later, I went through there, and it was just drive right on through, and I'm like, okay. Come back, went through it again, got back to the house, and it's like, yeah, you owe $20-something. I'm like, what the heck do I owe this money for?
Yeah.
Florida started doing that.
They show that picture of your tag on there.
Oh, yeah, they'll send you a bill.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do that because they don't have to have any personnel there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. They don't have to pay nobody. You're right.
Right. So
they're taking jobs away from people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas up there either.
No, dude, they will have a conniption fit you try.
Yeah, you stay in your car.
We were going up to Napanock to the Shanley, and I got out to pump the gas because, man, you can't do that. What the hell you mean I can't do this? It's against state law. We're unions, so we have to pump it. Like, go ahead, dude. Be my guest.
Yeah. I'll go to the bathroom. You pump the gas.
That's just what I did.
Go get me a drink.
We got me a cold drink, got me some tater chips, and got back in the car. Said, "You filled yet?"
What's taking you so long?
Oh no, I was like, "Damn, son."
Well, gentlemen, it's been wonderful, and I just want to thank everybody that tuned in and put up with our craziness, and it's just been an amazing show, and I can't hardly wait for the next one.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tell you what it is just yet.
That's right. But
wait
next Wednesday, that's right. Soon they'll see a trailer come out on the show, But next week, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on the W.E.B. Radio Network. And y'all go over, give Blaine some love, give All Access TV some love. Tell Lee that we sent you over there. Tell Gwen and y'all just go give them some love. Watch some of their shows. They got some great shows on their network too. And
Yeah,
of
we
course,
just started. Me and Lee and Gwen just started a new show called Cryptid Nations, and we've got some phenomenal guests coming on. I ain't gonna tell you who they are yet because we want you to be surprised. But someone we're getting, you're like, how'd you get them?
Right.
Persistence.
Right. That's cool.
We're gonna get some of those too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I know Michael always comes in, and you and Sam both come in there and say hi to us every show, so I appreciate that. I try to come on y'all's as much as I can. I haven't been as well as I should have, but I do watch them like the next day.
Well, that's cool. Anytime.
I'll watch all y'all stuff.
Need the traffic.
Yep. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the Web Radio Network, we got shows each one of those days. 2 shows on Tuesday, Spooky Things and Explaining the Unexplainable. Mondays you have Everything Under the Moon with Becky, and then the Monday after that you'll have The Darker Side of the Moon with the Fox, Michael and Destiny Fox. Our show on Wednesday, Smoke, and then you got Pop Culture Chaos with Ben and Sour Patch on Thursday. We do have some other stuff coming, so I just haven't put it all together yet, and these people, they're ready to go. So, but that'll be a surprise, and that'll be a little bit later on, not too long, but a little bit later on. So, but anyway, all right, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all, and y'all just take it easy, and y'all keep in touch.
Yeah,
always
keep in touch, Blaine.
Always, absolutely. Man. Y'all my brothers, man. I gotta come hang out with y'all. So
absolutely,
we need to set us up an investigation soon.
I'm working on that too.
Let me know, brother. I'll be there.
And so, but all righty. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night, and I hope y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all on the flip side.
See y'all next week.
Deuces.